Good morning, guys. It's actually July 5th. Yesterday was July 4th. Got the day off from work, so I'm gonna try to get this, that's the parts. I'm gonna try to get this other donkey barn, shelter, whatever you wanna call it. This is on our second pasture. And so what I'm gonna build it right here is a 10 by 8, kind of like the one we got in the front, just a shelter. The only difference is I'm actually going to put these 4x4s in the ground. I didn't on the other one because the plan was we could move it, but I think over time it would be easier just to put a shelter here, and that way we ain't got to move it. We got the small goat one that I was telling you I moved before. It's moved to the front of this number 2 pasture. So the goats get in it and the 2 smaller donkeys do, but the cow and the bigger donkey won't get in it. So we have this one that they could share. It'll also help in the wintertime. So I want to go ahead and try to get it done today. I don't think I have enough lumber to complete it. I bought some, which y'all know right now it's expensive. And then I've got a bunch of scraps that I had laying around. So I'm going to use everything I've got here, get as much done as I can. And then whatever else I need, I'm going to run probably to the preacher's house tomorrow and get some rough cut lumber that he saws on his sawmill. But I'll probably do a time-lapse thing, just of me building. Won't be talking a whole lot, just really just working. So as y'all can see in that opening clip, the bees are flying great today. So I'm probably, it's about 9:45 now, so I'll probably work for a couple hours and I'm gonna stop, or when I get done with this, and I'm gonna go up there, check all the bees, add some supers if I need to. I don't want them getting packed out and swarming or anything. So I'm gonna check them real quick this evening. Just a quick open them up, make sure the queen's doing her job, add a super if I need to. I'm not even gonna check the brood box. I'll check, make sure if they need a super or not, add it. That one hive that I did add some brood to, I'm gonna go into it. The one I added the 2 brood frames to. I'm gonna go into that brood box and check, see if I can find the queen or whatever. If I can't find her, then I'm just gonna go buy another one. Like I said, there's eggs 5 in a cell, spotted all over. There's no good brood pattern, and the ones that do have eggs in them, like I said, it's got 4 or 5 or 6 in the cell. So, and I think that's the same one that's been doing that. So I'm gonna go get a queen tomorrow and get it, as long as they still got some, and get it installed so I can get that hive built up before the winter. But for now, we're gonna get working on this building, then we'll go look at bees, and then we'll see where the day's at after that. If I hadn't showed y'all yet, this little predator auger I bought when we first bought the farm here, and I bought it from Harbor Freight, and I only paid like $150 for it or something. It has been great. I just want to brag on it, but I bought it we have put in every post on this property using that auger right there. The only time I use the post hole diggers is if I have to widen the hole or clean the dirt out of the bottom of the hole. And let's see, let me count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's probably been 100 holes. I ain't counted them all, but I'm just guesstimating. About 100 holes we've dug with that thing, and I love it. So just so you know, if you looking for a good auger, cheap, something you're not going to be using commercially like a homeowner type thing, other than making sure you keep the gas stabilized and only use non-ethanol in it. It runs good. About 3 or 4 pulls it starts every time. It's not a first pull type thing, but it's also not $500-600 worth either. But it's a good auger. I have enjoyed it. All right, guys, we're done for now. The roof is done. It's all in the ground. Put this tin on it. Used a piece off of the hog pen. I cut an 8-foot piece, and it's 80 inches this way from the front post to that back one. And the reason I did 80 is because if we close it in, we'll reuse some pallet wood. I get a bunch of old junk pallets from church and work, and I'll cut them off and just use that pallet wood. They're usually, for the majority, they're 40 by 48, and that's all I do is shipping for a living, shipping and receiving. So I did 40 and then 40, so it's 80. That way I could just take them pieces of pallet wood. And pallets are made out of hardwood, so it lasts a long time. Just like the barn up there, we kind of enclosed that wind side, the western side. So in the wintertime, it takes the wind off of them, and they can get in here. And then this is facing south that way, so they'll get that the sun on this side for the most part. And then these back, from that corner to the 2x4, 2x4 is all 40, so it's 10 foot on the back side. And like I said, it's 40 inches in between them. That way, if we want to close it back in, we can use pallet wood. The board right here is to hang their feed buckets on. This is mainly for shelter for any of the animals, and then we got the goat barn for shelter. But the donkeys will get fed out of here. The goats and the cow get fed out of the feed trough down there. They do the goats on one side, the cow on the other, and then on one end of it there, it's got the minerals, the loose minerals, and the baking soda. And then also in each end of it, it's got a mineral block and a salt block that they can, whenever they want, they can lick on or whatever. And the cow seems to tear it up. As soon as she gets done eating, she'll eat her grains every evening, and then she'll lick on that salt block for 10 minutes. Other than that, we don't see her on it much. But like I said, the goats and the cow get fed over there. And then while they're being fed over there, the donkeys, they'll have 3 feed bins in here. They'll get fed in here. Same way with the other donkey barn up there. That's where they get fed out of, and everybody uses it for shelter, the cow, the donkeys, the goats, whoever. So when they're in the front pasture now, they have that shelter, and then we'll move their feed trough and the goat barn to pasture number 1 when they're on it. So now when they're not, we move the feed trough and the goat barn to the back pasture here because they're all on skids, and then they've got this shelter now. So it's done till fall, and in the fall is when we might actually close in that western side with some pallet wood, depending on the wind load and how much breeze they get through here. Cletus wants to say hey. He's camera shy. But that's it for this barn build. We're now going to go through the bees real quick, and then we get done with that. Not sure. I got to work on that corral, not corral, but alleyway from that pasture number 1 to the barn. But depending on if I'm tired or if the heat or whatever after we get done with the bees is whether we get started on that or get messing with it today. So I'll touch back with y'all in a minute. All right, guys, I'm gonna probably do a time lapse here in a minute, but we're gonna go through these, just check on them real quick, make sure the population looks good. Which most of them I'm not worried about, but the one, that first one right there is the only one I might be worried about. That's the one I had to add the 2 brood frames. But mainly we're going through them, checking, see how the supers look. If they need to add a super, what I'm going to do is just mark it down which ones need a super. I'll take the ones out of the freezer that I have that I just extracted out of. I'll set them out overnight, let them thaw, warm up to room temperature, and then tomorrow as soon as I get home from work, I'll throw them on the ones that need supers. So that's what we're going to do. All right, everyone. I think I'm about done for the day. I say that. I'm going to close this video out. What I'm going to do right now is go down to the bottom of this hill right there in that corner and do some weed eating at the fence. I usually cut this down through here with a lawnmower. I just can't do in that corner right there where the water trough is. So I'm going to go weed eat that. I'm going to weed eat around the barn here, around that stuff right there. And then over there on the far side, on the outside of the fence there, I got some weeds trying to grow up into the fence and touching that electric wire, which grounds it out. I've done all of it from here down, and it's pretty low still, so I just got to do that about that 20-30 foot section. But while I'm down there weed eating, all the cappings and the wax from when we extracted, I'm going to start. It's all in there. I'm going to start boiling it down, trying to render it out. So I'm going to let that get to boiling while I'm weed eating, and I'll check it here in a minute. But I'll touch base. That's going to be one day. I mean, it'll take me a whole nother day to render that wax out. So when I start on the next one, I'll get a video. I'm going to end this one for today. Pretty tired, so I'm going to get this weed eating done and get this one round of wax bulled, and I'm going to go in the house and relax, cool off, and call it a weekend. Go to work tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate all the subscribers that I do have. Share the channel with people. Like, subscribe, whatever, if you're looking at this channel for the first time. Trying to get better about videoing and what I video and how I video. So I'm learning as I go. There's a lot of people I learn from and how they video and what they do. So I'm just trying to take tidbits from them and just learn what I'm doing, and then go from there. So again, thank everybody for watching. Hope everybody had a good 4th. And like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.